camping out for the first time in the fresh air. Our Circle 1 adepts sleep the night, make some recovery tests. Picking up where we left off, we exited, successfully made our way to and found the Hope Gate. We used the key that we had already found, opened the gate to find a nasty creature, Mulgrim they're called, laired on the other side of the door. We dispatched that vile creature and then made our way outside. So for the first time, these poor shut-in adepts see the outside world after the scourge. So they spent the night. Everybody made recovery tests, but Phage has a wound still, so he is fully healed. He just has a wound, so I'm thinking they are going to camp the day and another night as well before they head back into the Kaer. Now that will have some repercussions because of that horror that's milling about, but it will allow him to... Okay, so yeah, everybody else is sitting around for 8 hours uninjured. Actually, Salavan has 8. He is injured. These two characters, Mithra, the wizard, human wizard, and Rockon, the Obsidian archer, they are uninjured, and they have enough legend points to boost a talent, which I'm thinking they may do. They can meditate for the 8 hours. What better place to meditate, right, than out under the sun of the sky. Fresh air that these guys have never seen before in their entire lives. So this is a pretty defining moment for these guys. So this would be a good time. Let's give Rockon thread weaving. I did not assign a rank to that when I started. He didn't take it, even though it is obviously a class, a discipline talent. I dumped all his points into other things, and I am using the optional method for circling up, for circle advancement. So Mithra, he's got 300 legend points. I'm thinking he should put up maybe pattern craft. He needs to start learning some spells, so that'll take 200 legend points. Put that up, so that'll cost him 200 legend. That'll put him down to 125. Awesome. Okay, so that's just a cool visual of the gang just sitting up on a bit of a hillside, a cliffside at the ruined entrance to the Kaer, on the side of a hill mountain, just looking over the valley below at all the wildlife. Probably they're safe. They're not going to be accosted by any wildlife or monsters, since they're safely within the territory of the Mulgrim that they just dispatched. Most creatures don't want to mess with those things, so for now anyways, the territory is safe. So they spend a day outside. Let's roll a d20. 17, and see where the horror spends the day. It comes to 17. So the horror, so it goes through this door, or whatever. Thanks to its undead minions, it can get the door opened and get into this room. Now I should also place the quartermaster chamber. Well, maybe I'll just go exploring for that. Well, let's speed this up. This is just a play test after all. Let's roll a d10 and see where the quartermaster is. 2. So that was 1, 2. Here's the quartermaster chamber right here. And it won't be huge. Okay, cool. just write that in. Could be fun for extra play time. You could make your characters continue to explore to find Quartermaster Chamber. You could have this map just, if you wanted to play this for a while, really expanding out. Continue to use the previous pamphlet. Rooms, housing, library, commons, latrine, cistern, forge, smithy. I hadn't even found some of those rooms yet. They're not even placed yet, so let's just assume they're off this way somewhere. But in the spirit of moving this along, we'll say that this is where the quartermaster is, and we'll say that we do know where to go to get there. All right, so we sleep again, and the next day comes along. Everybody's fully healed, and we have to move that horror once again. Ah, boy, room 18. Oh no. Okay, so the next day, the horror moves into this room directly in our path. So we don't know this. I'll erase all my damage taken. Everybody. Oh, I'll have to roll. That's 8 damage on the weaponsmith, and he only has 2 recovery tests. Let's just roll that out to 5. That's a D5. It's a D8. He's got 2 recovery tests for the day. So, 14. So he does recover fully, and he's ready to roll. Oh man. Okay. This is new to me. I have not. I'm never used a horror in combat. These things are nasty. So this should be interesting. The monster's there. We come in through this hallway. We check for wandering monster. 2, nothing. It's already been cleared. And oh gosh, I don't even know how to go about this. So we step into the room with the horror. The thing, let's see who notices who first. Let's get this thing's stats up. Oh man, the Garmek Horror. Brutal. Okay, initiative, perception. It's got a 9, D8, D6. So this is, quote, a minor horror. So this is a weak one. He's only a 5th circle challenge, but it's just brutal. The abilities on these things. Okay, so that's so we've got an 11 with an exploding die. 18. There's no way we're gonna beat that. 18 perception. The best guy in my group. 7. 7. He gets a D12. Not gonna beat an 18. Not easily. 9. Yeah, we walk in. It notices us first, and yeah, it's gonna go ahead and horror mark. Okay, so let's check out the adventure. The horror, the write-up here. The Garmek Horror's motivations are to invoke fear and disgust as much as possible in as many victims as possible. Its near immortal lifespan makes it inhumanly patient, so it will take its time moving in before any aggressive action, preferring to bathe in the emotions of fear caused by its revolting presence. Its methods will lean towards displays of disgusting acts of gore in a single victim at a time, preferably in front of a crowd of potential victims. Its undead puppets can be used to assist in such displays. This is brutal. GM should get creative and tailor to players' backstories if possible when needing victims. So yeah, twist the knife, use family members, all that kind of nonsense, I guess. Just yeah, psychological warfare on your poor players. It will, however, attempt to horror mark as many victims as possible for later torment. So it's not gonna start attacking right away. It's gonna horror mark everybody, and then start thinking about maybe munching somebody. The horror can take direct control over 20 ghouls / cadaver men at once, anywhere in the Kaer, and can give them commands as a simple action through as per animate dead ability. It will use its puppets to open closed doors, work chain elevators, etc., allowing the maggot-looking horror to slither through the Kaer freely. There will always be several undead within close proximity. If attacked, the Garmek will use damage shift, targeting another PC or civilian, and take its time horror marking each person before bothering to attack, if at all. If actually taking more damage than it can shift to others, it will attack and also call 20 undead to defend. Yeah, this thing has damage shift of 14. Step 14. So on average, it's shifting away 14 damage every turn as a simple action. Brutal. Can't even keep ahead of the thing. It's just gonna... Yeah, good golly. The adepts should get the point pretty quickly that they cannot defeat the Garmek yet. Until now, the Garmek has been busy tormenting those locked outside the Feilds, but is now starting to look to the remaining pockets of survivors and will be turning to them for sustenance soon. So that's why it's on the move in this adventure and wasn't last time. Okay, so the thing is going to just start horror marking. Who gets it first? How do we horror mark? Let's read this now. This is new to me. Well, I've read it a few times before, but at the moment I can't remember. I think it's just, okay, horror mark 12, step 12, and I think it's just against mystic defense. Yes, against targets, mystic defense, anywhere in line of sight. Amazing. These things are just adventure gold. Okay, so horror mark step 12. I'll put this over there. So that's a 2d10. So we walk into this massive, what is this? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60 by 50 chamber. The Commons. It's got overgrown. It's like a tiny park, I guess. Really, benches. It's a fountain in the middle. Excuse me, and it would have been a nice sitting area, like a park for the residents, long ago before the Kaer was overrun by the undead. Now it's just an overgrown thicket. Okay, 2d10 for the horror mark, and who gets it? Let's roll randomly. Oh, okay, that's Thage Stormblade. He's got the lowest mystic defense out of everybody with a 6. And there is a 10. Oh man. Horror marked. Okay. So anybody new to Earthdawn, that means this thing has put an astral mark, a magical mark. It's basically cursed the person pretty much for life. It can renew this mark. It expires after a year and a day. It can renew it at will, so it's pretty much for the rest of this person's life. This thing will be able to sense where the person is within 1,000 miles, and in most cases they can communicate to the person, talk in their head, do all kinds of nasty stuff, use all of their abilities within a closer range. I think that's 10 miles or maybe 100 miles or something. Either way, not cool. You don't get rid of a horror mark until you kill the thing either. So, okay, so we come in and boom, we see this thing. Let's just, for a good time, let's just read the description of this thing. These horrors feed on the feelings of revulsion and disgust. Physically weaker than many horrors, they lurk in burrows and tunnels near graveyards, catacombs, or other places where large dead can be found. They use their powers to animate the corpses and feed off the negative feelings that the walking dead create in the living. They are especially fond of feelings that come from living persons seeing the animated dead of someone they knew or cared for in life. They resemble disgusting hybrid of worm and reptile. Their bodies are fat and resemble maggots covered in scaly hide, pocked with oozing sores and scabby growths. They have sharp, bony beaks that extend back into a frill covering their head and neck. And they like to burrow. When lodged in its burrow, this is the only part of the horror visible and protects the rest of its body. So, and being in the fields, probably is burrowed actually. So we'll say kind of halfway in by the time it jumps out, climbs out of its hole. And horror marks. Poor Phage. Now the sight of this thing. Yeah, we would notice it. These guys will just run for it. Let's see, initiative-wise, if it can get another horror mark off. It is just a simple action, so... Oh no, sorry. Horror mark is a standard action, so it does take its action. It does have 2 actions, though. Yeah, let's say... okay, let's do an initiative. So it's got a step 5, so it's a slow lumbering giant maggot. So 5 is a d8. It's got a 5. Mithra's got a 2. 7 for Rock On. No, actually, Rock On, Phage. Oh, okay, so Rock On gets the 6, and Phage here gets the 3. So it goes next. Yes, I'm just looking it up there. It can make 2 horror marks per turn. So, okay, we'll say it spent 1 action climbing up last time. That's why I only got 1 horror mark off. This time, it will try to horror mark. Let us see. 3 targets left. That would be Mithra. Unfortunate. Okay, he's tougher to horror mark, however. He's got a mystic defense of 10. So it's got a 2d10 step. Step 12. Needs to hit a 10. Yeah, it does so. Horror marked. Wow. I can't believe I've never had a character get horror marked before. Not that I've played that often. Still relatively new to this game. And, ooh, an exploding die. 17. 27 explodes again. Wow, 34 on the next victim. Rock On. Horror marked. Isn't that lovely? It got him really good. Okay. Well, yeah, that serves to further the story and further gel these guys together as a team. They've all got to kill the same horror to get rid of this horror marking. Salivan so far is okay. So we'll say they get through the doorway here, get away from the thing's chamber and slam the door shut. It has a move of 8, so it is the slowest out of all these people. Everybody here is movement 10 or 12. So we can outrun it, thankfully. But that's a horrifying scene. Giant 5 foot high, probably 8 foot long maggot just slowly coming towards you at like a speed walk. I don't know, it doesn't need to even move its full movement. It would probably enjoy just slowly slithering towards people, just making them, terrifying. Oh, and it, oh yeah, okay, it did do 2 horror marks, so it maxed out its actions. If they spent any more time there, the thing would start to harvest energy, which means it just sucks. Sucks the life out of them, their soul, I guess. It doesn't do damage, it takes their karma from them. So I couldn't spend my karma that day. The thing drinks it, that's what they live off of. Brutal. Okay, so we run headlong into this hallway. Check for random encounter, nothing. So this thing would have undead around it, but they were just milling about in that room. Maybe we just outran them too. They didn't bother catching up to attack. We slammed the door. And we keep moving with that horrifying incident. Okay, so we come down and around into the refuse. Yeah. Okay, we come in here. And we've got company. Alright, let's set it up. Alright. Get this set up. Throw my map over there. Throw this guy up there. Okay, so we've got our characters that come in at the top, and they've got to get out there. Oh yeah, so they kind of come in, we'll say, up here, and the bad guys, so they come in the north door, the bad guys, then they got to get out the west door, and we'll see what exactly we're facing here. 4 is rolled on the encounter table. That's a giant weaver spider. 1 giant weaver spider. Okay, let's check out its strategy. Random strategy, attack, and then run. Okay, so it is going to attack right away. Lucky us, eh? Giant weaver spider on page 341. Handy reference right there on the adventure pamphlet. Save me a bit of time. Okay. Get the token for this guy. And yeah, he's gonna attack them. So they'll come around trying to get to the door. Fighter and the warrior in the front. I'll just say I've got the same spells in the Matrix as last time. So that was Mage Armor and Mind Dagger. So we'll cast Mage Armor. We can chain cast Mage Armor, so that'll give the +2, +3 physical armor to Phage. Okay. Oops, that's 11 physical defense. He's at 8 physical armor. Okay, so here comes the initiative on the spider. Giant weaver spider. This thing is nasty. 11. D8, D6. Is there any point in even rolling? I think it's going first. I rolled a 3. Maybe not. Mithra with a 7. Everybody else gets a D6. 3. 2. So we'll just say everybody goes on the 3, and it can go last. So we run up. And yeah, we just go at this thing. Rock On will stand in because he's got a good physical defense and he is tough. Even though he's an archer, he's gonna get right up close and just chuck spears. Okay, so starting things off, we will go with Phage. He will swing his broadsword. He will. What's this thing's physical defense? 10. Okay, he's not going to bother with maneuver. He's just going to go straight up D8, D10 for the attack. Okay, melee weapons of 3, and yeah, 9. Sorry, that's a D8, D6. Step 9. Okay, and that's a 1. Okay, so he drops his sword. That's a rule of 1s, he botched that. Drops his sword. He's out of commission next turn as well. Mithra did actually get to go first. He is going to cast Mind Dagger to soften this thing up. So he will spell casting 4 plus his perception 7, 11, D8, D10. Wow, with a 5. That will not hit the mystic defense of the spider, which has a 12. This thing's a 4th circle. This thing is no joke. Oh man, this is not going to be good. Okay, oh, it's got some abilities too. I'm going to read those in a minute and just have at my characters. Okay, everybody goes first though before it goes, so back to it. Okay, Rockon is going to, seeing the size of this thing, 6 to 7 feet across. Yeah, he's going to Mystic, Aim. So that's perception based, so that's 9. D8, D6. And he's going to throw on a karma. Oh, not bad. That's a 12. So he hits its mystic defense of 10. So he gets it. That adds a 2 more to my throwing weapon. So that brings 4 plus dexterity 10 plus 2 is 12. So 2d10. And he will use 2 karma thanks to his true shot of 2. So 12 is 2d10. And then an additional 2d6. And he's only got 3 karma, so that's gonna burn it for the day. Obsidian in their lack of karma. Oh, hey, we got an exploding die. We got a 10 on the d10. That's great. Okay, so we've got 18 showing. Oh, plus a 4, so 22. He just lamb-based that thing. 22. Okay, so physical defense of 10. Did I mystic? Oh yeah, no. The mind dagger missed. So that's 2 extra success on damage. So he does 12, step 12 with his spear, and 2 additional success. It's from 12 to plus 4, so 16. D12, D8, D6. 12, D8, D6. Love rolling all these dice. Such weird combos. Oh, nice. So that's 18 damage to the thing. Okay. 18 damage. Okay, I will put right here. Weaver, spider. And 18 damage. Now, it takes 4 away because of its armor, so it's 14 damage, actually. And it has a wound threshold of 10. Nice. He deals it a grievous wound. And its knockdown is 13. Oof. Oof. Okay. So if it takes 5 more, then it's... No, it did not. So no knockdown potential there. Okay. Next we have Salavan, the weaponsmith. Yeah, actually, Rock-On would stay at the back. He can chuck his spears from there. And Salavan will step over here. And what is he using? A flail. Oh yeah, he'll bring down the flail. So he's got melee weapons of 3 plus dexterity of 5, so that's a step 8. 2d6 to attack, and he will use a karma. Rock-On's out of karma. Salavan uses 1 karma and rolls a measly 6. Thanks for coming out, buddy. My poor weaponsmith has just been useless. Okay, now the fun begins. This thing's going to attack. So it... Oh no. Oh no, it's got... Okay, so it's creature abilities. Enhanced sense touch. It's got poison. If it bites and does damage to a target, the target must resist effects of paralytic poison. And it spits venom. Oh boy, within 10 yards. Has stealthy stride. And has a web trap. Giant spider webs are strong enough to entangle name givers. Noticing a web requires a successful awareness. Oh no. Oh no. Awareness 9 test. If a character becomes stuck in a spider's web, he must succeed at a strength 12 to break free. Okay. He may cut himself out. The weapon's damage is a bonus to the strength test. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's see. We would have walked in. Would have walked right into this thing's spider web. So we need awareness tests on everybody. Does anybody have the awareness skill or talent? Nobody has it for the talent. And nobody has it for the skill, so we're rolling straight perception. Okay, let's start with Rock-On. He's got a perception 7. He's pretty good. D12. Bad. Low chances, though, of succeeding. Had an awareness. What is it? 9. Oh, man. Rock-On. He's entangled. 10 on, 7. Who else has a perception 7? Somebody does? Yes. Mithra rolls a 10. He's fine. He will step back. Where is... Oh, yeah. This is Mithra. Saladin. Okay. He's not entangled. Poor Thage with his perception of 4. Step 4. He rolls a d6. He needs an exploding die to see. That was a 6 until it rolled off the table. 6 again. Okay. 9. He gets it. Okay. Thage manages to weave his way through. Maybe he came along the edge and went around the spider web. He's okay. Okay. So far, so good. And last but not least, Saladin has a 7 perception as well. D12. 2. He's caught. Okay. So, Saladin has a flail. He doesn't have a knife, so he's stuck. And Rockon are entangled. Now they need a strength 12 to get loose. So, wow. Yeah, Spider didn't even need to do anything for that. That's taken care of. Spit Venom is what the thing will do. It got wounded, so it's going to back away. Spit Venom at the guy who chucked the spear and did so much damage to him. I will spit Venom. I can get him there, and then move back. Okay, so it creature power 12, spit Venom. Rolls a 12 to hit him. 2d10. Okay, that is an 8. It won't get Rockon. He's got a 12 physical defense. Does he have any minuses though because he's entangled? Becomes stuck in the web and must succeed strength to become free. The character was carrying it, blah blah blah. Nope, okay. Entangled, is that a condition? Yeah, I'd say that's impaired movement. Heavy. He's heavily impaired. That gives him -4. So that gives him an 8. Down from 12, 6, 7, 8. So yes, he gets venomed. Rockon is venomed. Spit Venom is a 10. The spider can spit the venom at a target. Blah, blah, blah. Makes a creature power test against the target's mystic defense. Ooh, interesting. Impaired move. Okay, so no negative on the mystic defense. You only got a mystic defense of 7, though. Yeah, and he gets it. That's an 8. Darn. The target takes step 10 damage, reduced by mystic armor. 2d8 damage. Awesome. 5, reduced by mystic armor of 3. He takes 2 damage. Not bad. Okay. And then the thing steps back. Okay, initiative. We've got Saladin and Rockon caught in the web. This thing has an initiative of 11. D10, D8. Ooh. Okay, it's got a 12. It's going first. If there's any point. Really checking for anybody else. No. It goes first. It will. Is it really worried about these schmoes? No. I'm going to say no. It steps back up. Chooses its target. That is Thage. And it will bite. Bite of 12. Step 12. So that's 2d10 against Thage's. Ooh, that's a 12. Thage has an 11. Physical defense. He damages. That is a successful bite. Venom. Standard action. Poison 10. Dang, eh? 2d8 damage. 7. Okay. Our armor is now 8 thanks to mage armor, so nothing gets through. Oh, thank heavens. If it does damage to the target must resist the effects of paralytic poison. Eesh, we don't want paralyzed by this thing. Can we run? No, we cannot. We're all hung up. Mithra is going to cast Mind Dagger. He's got to get this off, so he's going to go with a spellcasting Karma. 7, 11, so it's a D10, D8, and a D6 for Karma. Okay, that's going to hit this time with a 12. Mystic Defense is 12. It barely hits it. Wowzers, eh? And Mind Dagger does will plus 2 damage. So that's going to be a 9, step D8, D6. Okay. Exploding die on the 6, so it's 12 plus 1, 13 damage. Mystic armor on the thing. 13 damage, that's 5. 13 damage, 5. Wound threshold of 10, so okay, I did 8 damage to it, no wound. So it's up to 22 damage. Oh, it does have that wound, I forgot to factor in, but that's alright. Wouldn't have mattered much. Okay. So it has now a physical defense of -2. PD -2. Because of that Mind Dagger. So that'll make it easier to hit. It's only an 8 to hit now. Okay. Salavan, rock on, stuck in the web. We'll do Thage first. He's gonna attack with a Karma. And he will be rolling melee weapons of 3 plus 6 is 9. D8, D6. Another D6 Karma. That's a 14. Yeah. 14 is an extra success. Very good. That'll go 11 damage plus 2 extra steps, so it's D12, D10. 12, D10 to the spider. 10, 18 damage. Got him good that time. Physical armor brings that down to 18 to 14. Wound threshold is 10, so another 14 damage and a wound. Okay, nice. It's now at -2, and it's taken 36 damage. Nice. Okay, it's unconscious at 41. We got a chance here. We might not all die. Nobody might die. Okay, strength check on Rock on the Obsidian. He's got an 8. Doesn't have a blade in hand, so he has to just force his way out. 3, that's not going to do it. They need a, what is it, strength 12 test to break free. Unless they use a blade, they can add that to their test. Salavan tries to break out with his strength of step 5. D8, he has a flail in hand. Nope, these guys are stuck, held fast. Gee. The mage armor lasts for how many rank rounds? So that would be spellcasting rank 4. So yeah, that's only 2 rounds down. Okay, initiative 11 for the monster. D8, D10. Yeah, it's going first. It's going to bite. Who? Phage again. Just loves biting the warrior. Oh, look at that. A double exploding dice. So I rolled 2d10 and they both rolled a 10. So that's a 20. Oh my Manta. 29 to hit Phage. He's got an 11. Good golly, eh? It's 3 extra success. 21 would be 2. 26 would be 3. 3 extra success on the damage. Yeah, poor Phage is getting poisoned this time. Okay, we've got a 10 step for damage. So that's 2d8. It's not brutal. But with the extra 3 success, that brings the 10 up to 16. D12, D8, D6. 12, D8, D6. Man, these exploding dice. Earthdawn gets deadly quick. Oh, 2 more exploding dice. This spider just has Thage's number tonight. that's a 9 plus 8, so it's a 17 plus a d8 and a d6 exploded. 17 plus 4 is 21, and another 7. That d8 almost exploded again. So it's 28 damage. 28 damage to Thage in one shot. Unbelievable. Okay, 28 minus physical armor of 8. Puts him down to, that's a 20. 20 damage in a single blow. He's definitely wounded. He is knocked down. Yep, okay, so his wound threshold is 11. He took 20 damage, so that's 9 target number for a knockdown test. So he may find himself on his back and poisoned. Strength test against target number 9. He has a 6. Step 6, that's a d10. Need to beat a 9. 2. Thage is down and out on his back. Okay, so let's check out this poison deal. Poison step is 10 onset, 1 round interval. Okay, so next turn, 5 damage, interval 5, 1 round. All right, just looking over this poison, it is step 10, just like the bite was. So I took 10 damage, 10 step damage, and then the onset is 1 round. So next round, it's gonna take, step 10 poison. But this isn't damaging. This is paralytic. So, and then the interval is for 5 more tests every round after. So for the next 5 rounds, he's going to be making toughness. He's going to be getting poisoned. Now, the way this works is, oh gosh, the paralytic stuff is, okay, the effect test is compared to the victim's toughness, so he is pretty tough. He's the toughest one of the group with a 7. So we roll step 10 against 7, so it's a good chance of beating it. Each success, the character suffers a -2 to all action tests. And this will be cumulative for the next 5 rounds. If the penalty equals or exceeds the character's strength, the character is fully paralyzed, drops, and cannot move. This is crazy. Okay, so next turn, he will be poisoned. Now, so it went first. Thage is down. He will attempt to flip up. He'll take a strain. Needs a dexterity test against 6. 1, he fails. He takes the strain and just gets up normally. And that's the end of his turn. Mithra. He will spend a karma. He will cast D8, D6 with a karma. Here goes my dagger. With a measly 10, Thing's mystic defense is 12. Darn it, I can't get through on this thing. Rockon will try to break free of the webbing. He's got an 8, so he rolls 2d6. Oh, exploding die. 7. 10. He needed a 12. That was the closest chance. Probably the only chance he'll get. Darn. Okay, 5 for Salavan. He's going to try and break free. He's got a d8. 1. Not a chance. He's held fast. Okay. Thage is our only hope. Him and Mithra. What else can Mithra do? He could change. Flame flash. Yeah, gee, he can't do much, can he? Nope. Okay. Boy. Next turn. D. So the thing is a D10, D8. Yep. Initiative, D10, D8. Oh, a 3. It's probably not going first. Mithra with a 6. Thage with a 5. Okay, we go first. Oh man, Thage has got to use another karma. He's going to attack. D8, D6. With an extra D6 for karma. Ah, a 1. A 1 and a 2 are rolled. Poor dude, he's just a loser. Oh yeah, I have to factor in the wound, but that's okay. It wouldn't have mattered. Okay, Mithra will spellcast. Again, trying for... He's got a D8, a D10. Oh, and a D6, because I used the karma. With a 1, that didn't help. Okay, 15, 16. Okay, 16. Mystic defense of 12. Oh, I almost got another success. That karma wasn't a 1. Okay, so we roll willpower plus 2, so that's going to be... what is his will again? 7. So 9, a D8, a D6. Damage. 9, not bad. Mystic armor is 5, so 4 measly damage. Put the thing to 40. 40, not bad. It's unconscious at 41. Okay. Thank you, Mithra. We just gotta deal this thing 1 more stinking damage. And then the thing attacks again. Who's it gonna get this time? Oh, okay. First things first. Step 10, paralytic damage. Paralytic effect, sorry, 2d8. I love how Earthdawn handles paralytic poison. Very cool. Okay, so we're rolling against the toughness step of Phage. He has a toughness of 7. We rolled an 8, so that's inflicting him with an additional -2. So he's got a wound, and he's got -3 now because he's partially paralyzed. Next turn, he'll face it again. It's just gonna bring him down, probably. Nothing. Okay, another thing will bite. It will bite Rock-On. Got him in the web, turns, and munches on him. Its bite step is 12, so it rolls 2d10. Going to bite his face. Now he is heavily... his movement is heavily impaired, so he's -4 to his mystic defense. I think he rolls a 7. 7, -4. He's got a 12. -4 is 8. The thing does not get through his defenses. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's amazing. Even impaired, he's got his shield up. He managed to get his shield between him and the giant spider. Awesome. Next round. Next round being another deadly one for Phage. Okay, it goes first with an 8. Yeah. Okay. It will bite who? Yeah, that's Rock-On again. Bites with a 12. Nope. It has 2 wounds. So it is biting with a 10, so that's 2d8. Less chance. Needs to beat a 7. Oof. Oh no. Yeah, I got him this time. So Rock-On has an 8 physical defense. Just got a 12, so that's not quite an extra success. Close one. And it does step 10. Oh, -2, so down to 8. 2d6 damage from the bite. Exploding die on the 6. So that's 7, 8, 9. 9 damage to Rock-On. His physical armor brings it down to 6. Hit 2 damage, so he is now up to 8 damage. And here comes the poison next turn for him. Oh, man. Okay, poison time. It is poison time for Phage. 2d8 against his step 7 toughness. So that's another success. Phage is just being brought down. He's got -5 on all tests now. Oh. He is going to attempt to just cut free. Rock-On. No. Salavan. He needs a... Okay, I'll just roll. Yeah, don't have to roll to hit. It's just a 12. So damage is... Oh, man. So he would roll an 11 damage with his broadsword. At -5 is hefty. So that will bring him down to 6. Roll a d10 trying to beat a 12. No. Darn it. Ineffective. Mithra will move up and cut him free. We'll draw a dagger and try to cut him free. Mithra using a strength. It's mighty strength of 4. Plus a dagger. What does a dagger give? I've never actually used a dagger in combat. I think it's 2, maybe 3. Let us take a look. And we've got, pull out a nice silver dagger or something. Knife, dagger, step 2. So he's rocking a 6. That's about as good as the Paralytic stage. 6, no, not good enough. And Salavan will attempt to break free himself. Actually, Mithra will hand the dagger to Salavan, who can use 3. Sorry, the 2 added to his strength of 5. So I give him a 7. I give him a d12 to cut free. 4. No, not happening. Dang it. We've got Rock-On tangled in the web and poisoned. His toughness isn't bad. It's at 6, but if these things are in the web, can they attack? It's just stuck in the spider's web and must succeed to test to break free. The character's carrying it, small, blah, blah, blah. No. Yeah, no, I can't. We'll just say he can't attack. Okay, he's going to try and break free. He's got a strength of 6, strength of 8, 2d6. He's not suffering any wounds or anything yet. Come on, buddy. 5, he cannot break free. And that is the end of this turn. Next turn. Good golly. Okay, the creature goes first. Wow, eh? It has an attack of 12. It is -3 from its -2. Down to 10, 2d8 on its attack. Okay, the thing attacks. Rock-On again. Exploding die on the 8. It's 12. Oh, 7. 19 against his 8. So that will be 2 extra success. Its damage step on the bite is 10 minus 2 because of its wounds. Down to 8, 2d6. 6 damage. 6 damage does not... Oh yeah, no, he's got 3 armor. 6 damage, 3 gets through. So he's at 11, and he's poisoned again. Jeez. Okay, now this poison sets in on Rock-On. Step 10, so it's 2d8 versus his Mystic Defense. Oh, 3. Failure does not affect him. Step 10 against Mystic Defense. 6 against Phage. What is his Mystic Defense is 6. Unfortunately, it gets him. Okay, and then it rolls 2d10. Oh, sorry. That was 6 because his toughness of 7, so it does not affect him this turn any further. Oh, my Lanta. This thing is at 40 damage. We need to do 1 more damage to knock it unconscious. Mithra uses a karma Come on, buddy. Yes. D10, D8. Come on. Okay, we finally hit it. That's a Mystic Defense of 12. We just rolled a 13. He got through, so that will be 2 damage at least. Good golly. Okay, we killed the spider. That's 75 LP for everybody for surviving that. Wow. Okay, and we will take our time, cut free Salavan and Rockon, and Phage is -5. He is just brutally wounded here. He takes 2 more, 2 more intervals of paralysis. It's 2d8. That gets him again. And again. Takes an additional -4. You see that -9? Yeah. Oh yeah, he just crossed the threshold. His strength, he's... wow, for 15 minutes he's at -9. His strength is only his strength is step 6, so he is paralyzed fully. Mithra will close the doors. Can't probably lock them, but we'll close the doors at least and spend 15 minutes, wait for the paralysis to wear off, both these guys. And we will cut everybody free. Okay. I don't know. 15 minutes, I guess. We'll roll. Random encounter. Oh, thank heavens. Nothing comes along. Can you imagine? 1d4 cadaver men show up, or ghouls. And, oh, he still has a wound, though. -1 wound. Phage does. And we've got 2 of these fools still trapped in a giant web. Wowzers. Okay, so we are in the refuse chamber, and we got to get to the fields. The horror is behind us, probably chasing us. He will be here in a matter of another turn or so. Phooey. Did he show up? No, he didn't. He didn't make it to us in time. He knows exactly where we are, thanks to the horror mark. Yeah, we gotta run. We're gonna take him. We're gonna lead him right to the survivors. He doesn't already know where they are. We gotta go though. Okay, we run into here. No encounter. We run into the gardens. Come on. 2. Okay. Nothing. We have to go in here because this is still locked. Thank heavens. Okay, we're in here. 2 more to go. 4. Final hallway. And we get into the field safely. Half dead. Phage was half unconscious with a wound. Again, he keeps taking the beats, doesn't he? And we all return to the fields to rest up, bearing 3 horror marks. Not cool, man. All right. Okay, we'll keep it at that. We'll leave it at that for this little outing. We'll pick up next session to see how many days we want to stay put and heal. And every day that passes, we roll the dice again to see if that horror manages to find the quartermaster chamber or the fields. And if either of those happen, it is pretty well good night. Okay. That went well, I'd say. Nobody died. Roll on.